Did you see this? At 1 hour and 20 minutes into K-pop Demon Hunters, the final transformation scene. Everyone's watching the hug, the rainbow glow, the dresses turning white. But pause the video right here. Zoom in on Mira and Zoe's sleeves. You see that? Patterns. Subtle iridescent marks running down the fabric. The exact same demon patterns that mark Roomie's skin. The patterns that got her exposed on stage in front of thousands. The patterns that made her friends back away in horror. Those patterns are now on Mira and Zoe's dress sleeves. Wait, it gets worse. Rewind to a few minutes earlier. When Mira and Zoe pull out their weapons and point them at Roomie, look at what they're wearing. Black! Black dresses, black tops. And then, after the hug, after the light, after the transformation, black becomes white. And Roomie's marks appear on their sleeves. From black dresses with weapons pointed at her patterns to white dresses with her patterns on them. If you caught both these details before clicking, comment weapons to marks. If this is the first time you're seeing this, hit that like button, because this isn't just a costume change. This is a blood sister ritual that's been hidden in plain sight. And once you see it, you can never unsee it. Let me show you the emotional journey that makes this moment so devastating. For her entire life, Roomie has been hiding. She's half demon, born with patterns on her skin that mark her as other, as wrong, as dangerous. Celine raised her with one rule: we are hunters, voices strong. Our faults and fears must never be seen. So Roomie covers every inch of her body: long sleeves, high necks, black jackets over white clothes. She never goes to the bathhouse with her friends. She keeps emotional distance. She performs perfection while drowning in shame. But she has hope. After meeting Jinu, after those rooftop conversations, after he tells her, "Talking with you healed my voice," Roomie believes maybe she can be fixed. Maybe if the golden honeymoon comes, if she just performs perfectly enough, her patterns will be erased. That's why she wears white under the black jacket. White because she's been promised that perfection will cure her. In Korean tradition, white represents purity, mourning, and truth. Black represents hiding, death, and the shadow. The black jacket isn't shame. It's hope disguised as hiding. Just a little longer, just until the song works. Then I can be fully white. Then I can be fixed. That's the cruelest kind of suffering. The lie that your pain is temporary if you just hide well enough. And then comes the Idol Awards. Hinu betrays her. Demon imposters rip off her jacket during takedown. The black jacket, her hope, her hiding, her just a little longer, torn away by the very thing she feared. Forced into white, forced into truth. Not by choice, but by violence. Her patterns glow purple, her eye turns gold. She flees backstage, finds the real Mira and Zoe. For 1 second, relief. Oh, thank goodness that wasn't you. But then she sees how they're looking at her, the way they back away. Zoe, how do you have patterns? Roomie, desperate, these were supposed to be gone. You were never supposed to see. Mira, you were hiding this from us this whole time? Roomie tries to explain about Jinu, about the plan, about wanting to fix herself so they could all be together. But Zoe cuts through it. How could we be together if we can't tell your lies from your truths, Roomie? And Mira, heartbroken. I knew it was too good to be true. Roomie's begging, didn't you see? See the gold, we're so close. Don't leave, I can still fix it. A pink wave radiates out. Mira points her weapon at Roomie. Zoe, crying, pulls out her knives, pointed at Roomie, pointed at her patterns. And look at what they're wearing in this moment. Black. The same color that represents death, hiding, and shame in both Korean tradition and alchemical symbolism. They're dressed in the philosophy that taught Roomie to hide, and now they're enforcing it with weapons. This is what happens when shame gets exposed, when the thing you've hidden becomes the thing people point weapons at, when you finally show your truth to the people you love most, and they're the ones who reject you. Roomie runs, alone, rejected, but then she makes a choice. She crashes the Saija Boys performance. She starts singing, not about perfection, not about hiding, not about being fixed, about truth, about scars, about darkness and harmony. Nothing but the truth now, nothing but the proof of what I am, the worst of what I came from, patterns I'm ashamed of, the scars are part of me, darkness and harmony. Mira and Zoe snap out of their trance. They remember, they join her, they fight together. And at the lyric, "Dive in the fire and I'll be right here by your side," they hug. Light envelops them. Black becomes white, and patterns appear on their sleeves. So how do we get from weapons to marks? Let me show you 3 ancient rituals that all predict this exact moment. For thousands of years across dozens of cultures, humans have practiced blood brotherhood, blood sisterhood. The ritual goes like this. You cut your hand, I cut mine. We press them together, mix our blood. The symbolism? Your blood flows in my veins now. Not just friendship, not alliance, family. The Vikings did this under an arch of turf and spears. The Scythians mixed blood in wine and drank it. The Mongols dripped blood into cups and shared it. Different methods, same meaning. I am marked by you now. Your burden is mine to carry. Your fight is my fight. Your pain is my pain. And the ritual always left a mark, a scar, visible proof of the bond. Now watch what happens in modern storytelling. The anime Kniver, 7 people connected by marks that glow when they share pain. When one person gets hurt, all of them feel it. The marks aren't a curse, they're the connection made visible. Sound familiar? At Dive in the Fire, Mira and Zoe make a choice, not just to forgive Roomie, to enter the fire with her, to be marked by her pain. That's the blood sister covenant. But there's a second layer. The colors. In medieval alchemy, transformation happens in 3 stages: black, white, red. Death, purification, rebirth. Psychologist Carl Jung realized these weren't about turning lead into gold. They were about transforming the self, integrating the shadow. The black stage is confronting your shame, your hidden parts. Jung called it the dark night of the soul. Look at Mira and Zoe during the weapon scene. Black dresses. They're in the death stage without knowing it, aligned with hiding, with faults must never be seen. When Roomie's jacket gets ripped off, when weapons point at her, that's peak death, total collapse of the illusion. Then comes white, purification, washing away lies, seeing truth. When Mira and Zoe break free from Guima's trance during What It Sounds Like, that's purification beginning. The hug, the light, the transformation. All 3 emerge in white, truth revealed, no more hiding. But white isn't the final stage. The final stage is red, or in this case, rainbow. Integration. When you take everything, shadow and light, shame and pride, demon and human, and synthesize it into wholeness. After the white transformation, rainbow glow, rainbow Hanmoon. Roomie's patterns shift from purple, the color of shame, to iridescent rainbow. The impurity becomes beautiful. Black, death of the lie. White, truth revealed. Rainbow, wholeness achieved. That's the alchemical transformation, the visual proof of integration. Now the third layer, Korean tradition. In Korean shamanism, practitioners called mudang take on han, unresolved pain and trauma that festers across generations. The mudang's job, absorb it, take it into their own body, transform it through their own suffering. During rituals, they change costumes multiple times. Each costume represents a burden they're taking on. They wear white, the color of both purity and mourning in Korea, when helping souls move on. This is what solidarity looks like in Korean spiritual practice. Not, I feel sorry for you, but I carry your suffering with you. It becomes mine too. Mira and Zoe aren't just accepting Roomie's demon blood. They're performing the mudang's work, taking her shame, her burden, her patterns, and saying, we'll carry this too. 3 traditions, 3 rituals. Blood sisters say, we become marked by each other. Alchemy says, true transformation moves through stages, black to white to rainbow. Korean mudang say, to heal someone, you take their burden into your own body. 3 predictions. 1 proof. If this transformation really happened, if they truly entered the covenant, moved through the stages, took on the burden, there must be a mark. And that's exactly what we find. 1 hour, 20 minutes in, after the transformation, after the white dresses appear, after the rainbow glow. Zoom in on the sleeves. Subtle, iridescent patterns running down Mira and Zoe's white dress sleeves, the exact same demon markings that mark Roomie's skin. Not similar, not symbolic, the same!
They bear the marks on their dress sleeves, on the transformed ritual garments. These aren't permanent skin markings, they're marks on the ceremonial clothing, like baptismal robes that bear sacred symbols, like ritual garments worn during transformation. The dresses themselves become witness to the blood sister covenant made in that moment. During the battle, fighting side by side, all in white with rainbow glow, the marks visible on their sleeves during this sacred moment. The ritual garments bearing the witness to the covenant they've made. This isn't metaphor. This isn't interpretation. This is literal visual storytelling.
Here's why this matters. The old way, the way Celine taught, was built on separation. Our faults and fears must never be seen. Hide your shame, protect through separation. Create a golden Hanmoon that represents perfection, no flaws allowed. But that Hanmoon kept failing. Every generation collapsed. Because you can't build strength on hiding. You can't create connection through separation. The new way is built on integration. Show the marks, share the burden, become the marks. Create a rainbow Hanmoon that represents wholeness, diversity as strength. When Mira and Zoe's sleeves bear Roomie's patterns, they're declaring, your shame is not yours alone anymore. We wear it too. We are it too. We've performed the blood sister ritual. We've moved through alchemical transformation. We've done the Mudong's work. We are marked by you. And that mark is not shame, it's covenant. It's family. That's not acceptance. That's not tolerance. That's empathetic assimilation. The difference between I'll stand beside you despite your difference and your difference has changed me. I bear your marks now. From weapons to marks. From black dresses to white dresses. From rejection to integration. This is what the transformation means. This is why 1 hour, 20 minutes in matters. This is what true solidarity looks like. The next time you watch that final scene, watch two things. First, what they're wearing when they point weapons at her. Black, the color of death, of hiding. Second, the sleeves after the transformation, the subtle iridescent patterns that weren't there before. The marks that say, we entered the fire with you, we took your burden, we became marked by your pain, we are blood sisters now. From weapons pointed at Roomie's patterns to wearing Roomie's patterns on their own dress sleeves. That's the journey, that's the ritual. Black becomes white, becomes rainbow. Shame becomes truth, becomes power. Separation becomes integration. When three girls stop being just bandmates and become something ancient, something sacred, blood sisters, marked by each other, changed forever. Your difference is not yours alone anymore. We wear it too. We are it too. Weapons to marks. Comment that below if this blew your mind, because once you see those sleeve patterns, you can never unsee them. See you in the demon realm.